Alright. Call this meeting to order. We don't have like a flag to do the
right there.
Help. Yeah. Yeah. Or do we remember without the agenda, do we do the roll call first? Do we do the pledge first?
Do the roll call. Okay. All right. Committee member Arciniega. Committee member Barajas.
Here.
Committee member Murray. Committee member Ospina.
Here.
Committee member Pereira.
Here.
Committee member Solano.
Here.
Co-chair Brokaw.
Here.
Co-chair Zucker.
Here.
And we don't have the Pledge of Allegiance currently on this agenda, but is it required for today?
We could do it. It doesn't have to be 2 minutes. It's formality.
Fine either way. Anybody have preference?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right.
Moving on to item 3, the committee will tour 4 locations. To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It says that we're going to take a tour of the facility.
Wait, sorry.
So you just need to call the item in order that we're going to take
That's great.
a tour of the facility.
All right. So, committee will tour 4 locations for consideration to potentially house the Farmworker Resource Program, beginning with Community Action, then followed by 3 Human Service Agency locations, the Oxnard Community Service Center, America's Job Center, and the Santa Clara Valley Community Service Center.
And I'll just go on the record to say that we're just taking the tour, just for future sake, if anybody listens to this audio, that the committee is not making a decision today. We're just strictly here to tour the facilities.
All right.
And I don't know if I need to disclose this. I'm only going to be able to be at the first tour sites. The one this afternoon I'm going to have to miss. So I have an engagement I need to attend. So.
Okay.
All right. So, anything else, or do you get started?
So should we have, maybe we're just sitting here, maybe we'll have a couple of introductions first so that then we can kind of go through the, so I think I've met everybody, but anyway, I'm Cinder Sinclair, the Executive Director of Community Action, and I want to welcome you all here. You know, it took quite a bit for everybody to get here and get parked, and we appreciate that a lot. And so, Arnie Yanez is our Director of Operations, and he's our also fabulous tour leader. Yeah, so he's got some things to tell us. And then you remember Susie. Susie's our Manager of Community Services. And I guess that's all we have right now. But soon you'll meet Omari when we go into the Transition Center, and he's in charge of our homeless services. So,
let me pull up Maria.
And Maria.
In her office.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Maria, could you pop out for a minute, please? Maria Ramirez. And she's in charge of our HEAP, where we help people pay their utility bills.
Yes. Welcome, everyone. We help with utilities, either the gas, the light, or propane. So if you know of anyone, send them our way.
Thank you. Thank you, Maria.
You're welcome.
Okay, so, Artie, you want to get us
Get going.
started here?
I'll start off by saying good morning to everyone. And
morning.
welcome all of you to our agency. It's an honor to have you here as our special guest for today. Any questions, any concerns, by all means, please raise your hand and let me know. I'd like to begin with our HEAP department, lobby/break room/conference room boardroom / everything lobby. You met some of our staff, you met our excellent director, and if all of you would just rise and we'll begin the tour. As Maria mentioned, I'm going to be throwing out some acronyms. HEAP, she mentioned HEAP, Home Energy Assistance Program. It's a state-funded program. It's approximately about $80 million for the state of California that's distributed across the state through all the counties. Based on demographics, each county receives X number of dollars. Unlike Los Angeles or Santa Barbara, Ventura receives X number of dollars. Inyo, Alameda County receives a different amount of money, again, based on demographics of our great state. I'm going to walk you right over here, please. These ladies here, Yadira Castro, Silvia Reyes, this is Alejandra Balboa, Marta Guzman, and Patricia Magallon, are basically, they are what I call the bread and butter, the backbone of this agency. They are the front line to our outreach program and applications as far as through the HEAP program system. As Maria mentioned, when our customers, our clients come in, these ladies will meet with them, go through the process, explain to them what the program's about, which program they qualify for, and which program they do not. Long story short, we will try and help you with something. We do not want someone to leave without being helped. If you qualify for a certain type of program, certain type, whether it's heat, weatherization, we will try and help you whatever program you qualify for. So these ladies are hard at work. As you can tell, dealing with a lot of paperwork, a lot of compliance and regulations that we have to deal with the state and with the Department of Energy at the federal level. You gotta be real quiet because it's hard to work. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I do want to interrupt, but before we move away from this area, where did Susie go?
Right behind you.
So, at one point, someone asked about did we have a room or an office or area with. And so this, I'd like for Susie to talk about this a little bit because this is kind of the area we were thinking of.
So we did used to be subcontracted with the county to do Medi-Cal enrollment. So this was the office we used. We used to have 3 staff members working out of this office. Most of their work was outreach. So they'd come into the office to do more of the processing of paperwork. But this was the office, so it has room for 3 staff. It has a door, so I know that was one of the questions, confidentiality. So as opposed to cubicles, we have a closed door area, so if you want to walk in and just kind of take an idea of the space.
Feel free to take a peek, and Artie, you might have a comment or two about how we could divide it or
I do
whatever needs to be done.
So it's kind of a little bit of storage right now. This is not being used. The program ended in December, so it's been open since then.
Yeah, I'll answer your question. I would see also as far as the construction of the building. I do have plans for this space area here, the paint, revamping the ceiling, and the removal of these 2 walls here to be used as far as more space or an additional enclosed office with a door on that side or in here. Because the room is empty, it's very vulnerable to modify any which way you want. Removal, subtraction, including lifting the carpet. I do plan to lift the carpet. It's a little outdated, a little dirty now, but it used to be white. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But as you can see, it's a very useful space. Soundproof. It's a concrete cinder block wall. Fire sprinklers that we hopefully will not need. But very, very, very mobile, or we could adjust it any modifications we need. Any questions?
So the other side of this is storage right now?
Storage for, we use right now. Let me show you right through here. Excuse me, ladies. This space here. We left it anchored where we're able to just disconnect the anchors and remove the walls in about 10 minutes. But we use it for our own personal space. But we are transitioning from paper copies to be more environmentally friendly to digital. So the lack of paper copies and supplies is kind of, and this is another thing that the state of California requires us to do, is move into more energy efficient, more environmentally friendly. So this space is very much an additional space to the existing space we have now.
Okay.
Okay, we'll continue our tour right this way. Any questions about the facility back there in this room?
If we were to do modifications, would that be added to the budget for the program, or would that be kind of community action zone?
Community action, I can do that for you. Yeah, definitely. We help everyone. And work together with partners, of course. Right this way, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. you see this poster here, it's 1 year outdated. This is the type of revenue that we deal with. These are the numbers that have been allocated. This was in 2016. We just closed that out this past March, 2 months ago. But this is the dollar amounts that we talked about for the state of California. And then based on the demographics, we received, Ventura County received approximately, it was about $72 million for distribution. We, the agency ourselves, received about $1.2 million. It sounds like a lot of money, but it's a drop in the bucket for the amount of resources. And due to the unfortunate recent disaster, the Thomas Fire, the mudslides, that just doubled our service. And we were a little slightly overwhelmed with the amount of clients that came in, but we made it work. We got great staff, and we try and use every dollar to the best. We have a saying here: we try and make every dollar stretch as far as possible. Right this way, ladies and gentlemen. Today is one of our busiest days. Wednesdays, we have our one-stop center. So there's a bunch of activity here today. That's our tour.
Okay, well, you're about to enter my department. My name is Omari. I'm the Director of Homeless Services. Today we have the one-stop county participation that we collaborate with. Here's a couple flyers to show some of the things that they do. In addition, our department offers basic services, including case management for homeless and low-income individuals. We open at 7 in the morning. We have showers available for people. We offer laundry services on site. We offer clothing through our donations. We offer case management, as I said, bus passes, basically everything that you and I use during the day that we just pretty much take for granted. Yeah. So come on in and I'll give you a tour around. Is this everybody? Yes. Okay, let's send her in the back. We're open from 7 to 12. So in addition to all of the basic services, we also operate as a place where people can be without having to be harassed by businesses, police, etc. This is basically a safe haven for people to come and be at. We close at 12. We close the roll-up doors, but we also allow people to stay on our property until 3 o'clock. So to prolong the amount of space they have to stay. We also have on Thursday, we have our community market, which is a food pantry program. We have it every week at 1:30 on Thursdays. We help about 120 individuals. Multiply that by the average family of 4, and we're serving 600 to 800 people a week, helping them get food. Also on Thursdays, we have our syringe replacement program, where people who have medical conditions or are in need of hypodermic needles can exchange theirs for new ones to help increase health care. Are there any questions so far? Thoughts? Concerns? Oh God, you guys are going to be easy today. Okay, so this is basically it. We're not fancy, but we offer a lot. We have computers, we have free internet, we have phones available to people. What else? Lockers. And one of the bigger things is the mail services. We offer a location for people to be able to come and get their mail to. So, if you're on the street and you don't have access to mail or get your bills, come here. You can get your mail 5 days a week, which is huge. It really helps people. Let's go this way.
Yep. Yes. Just like the Brian mentioned, we do the best we can with what we have. Our message is getting out. Our services are getting out there, and our clientele numbers are increasing. We have a gentleman, licensed contractor, who is, along with my assistants and staff assistants, and our coordination, will be donating revamping of the floor. So this floor, along with the ceiling and the walls, will be renovated within the next few months. We think sometimes appearances go a long way. And what we try and do here is make our customers, our clients, feel comfortable, feel welcome, make them feel like they're at home in a way. And in the end, this is their home because this is all they have. So we try and make them as comfortable as possible, whether it's a simple bouquet of flowers on the table. But little details that do go a long way.
And also, when I say case management, you may not be aware, but for case management, we don't have actual housing here, but we refer to other programs, and we work with the county and other providers, other social service agencies to give people housing, help them get IDs, legal services, basically everything you need. If we don't have it here, we operate as the first responder to get you what you need.
Our laundry facilities. We just got a couple new commercial washer and dryer. I mean, you're not impressed, but to us, it's huge. That's a huge thing right there.
And we have another new pair that we're putting in. We already have purchased on the property that we're going to put in, so we can increase the amount of services we can do for people. Because in addition to doing laundry services for their actual clothing, we also have towels for them to shower, so that takes up a lot of time. So having a second set of washer and dryer allows us to do more of the people's loads of laundry. If you step out here, I don't know if you saw when you came in, but this is the county mobile medical clinic. They come with the one stop every Wednesday. They do various services from TB testing to referrals to clinics for other serious items. Let's take a walk over.
Actually, ladies and gentlemen, 1 second real quick. I would like to introduce you.
Wait, one little thing we want to introduce Jerry.
Omari mentioned our washer and dryer program. This is Jerry. Jerry is our volunteer. 17 years like clockwork. I think only 1 or 2 days absent out of 17 years. He will wash your clothes. He will fold, iron. Sometimes I want to take him home. I mean, but he is a heart of gold. I mean, seriously. So, just want to say, I want to introduce you all to Jerry.
It's a pleasure, sir. You know, I enjoy people coming here hungry with dirty clothes on. We clean their clothes for them. We give them food. We give them a shower. They walk out of here happy. That's what we do. And this is the guy in charge.
Thanks, Jerry.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks, Jerry.
Thanks,
Okay,
Mark.
so I was about to take you all over to the medical unit, but I had Johnny Gomez from the county come over to tell you a little bit about what he does through the mobile clinic.
Good morning. It's Johnny Gomez. We're with the Ventura County Healthcare Agency in our ambulatory care system. We have this mobile clinic that provides medical services to the homeless, undocumented families, and the public during health fairs and resource fairs throughout the county. Here today we're doing TB, blood pressure, blood sugar, Hep A, Hep C. We have a nurse on board. Pretty much it. And referrals. Any questions?
All right, thank you, John. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, right this way.
Hello.
Okay, I'll give it my back. This is a full functioning warehouse, and the department I oversee is the weatherization department, which is our construction division. Weatherization is something the state of California pushes forward strongly with to comply with energy efficiency and to bring your utility bills down. You'd be surprised with a little crack in the window or a little seam at the bottom of your doorway. That's dollars going out when you turn on your AC, dollars when you turn on your heater in the wintertime. And we have customers that come in and say, why is my bill so high? Well, with just a simple little seam or a little piece of wood, we could save you $200 per bill. You'd be surprised. And here on staff, we have 2 licensed contractors. I myself, state licensed civil engineer. So I oversee all of the construction side and signing off, making sure that everything's up to code for the state. We handle anywhere from installing new wall furnaces, attic insulation, water heaters, windows, doors, simple weatherization. We do construction inspections, making sure that your house and foundation is up to code. Things that are out of our realm, we will make a recommendation for you to be referred to the department that will handle your services. Here we have what I call my little Home Depot. In there we keep all of our construction supplies. Our contractors, instead of going to Home Depot to go buy, they buy here. I keep the money in the community and we hire within the community. So that way it provides a little bump in the economy here in Oxnard and the county of Ventura. It's all state-approved construction materials that generate money, like I said, for the county and the state. This is some of our fleet trucks here. There's about 3 or 4 trucks that are gone. The guys are out in the field. The guys and gals are out in the field already. We begin work early at 8 o'clock in the morning, and what they do is they're out there right now servicing homes and making inspections and working on construction projects. If you are interested in having your home weatherized, please come in, and our customers will come in, go through our outreach, which I'll introduce you to them later. And if you qualify, what we look for is income guidelines and making sure that everything's up to code as far as if you are a renter, that we get permission by the landlord, or if you're a homeowner, permission by you, of course. 9 times out of 10, 99.9 of the time, our customers do qualify. Because if it's, like I mentioned earlier, we will find a program that's suitable for you. You may not qualify for new windows, but you may qualify for a new attic installation or a new water heater. Someone will get something when you leave it. And that's our goal, to help everyone as much as we possibly can.
You said you have some trucks out already. How big of a team do you guys have? And how many people do you have doing the job?
About 7 guys.
7 guys.
7 guys, 2 gals.
Okay.
Yeah. And I have 4 trucks out right now. And then we have 1 special truck, which I call we call it our Christmas truck. And I'll tell you right now why. Right over here, ladies and gentlemen. Bear with me 1 second. If you would come in here, please. Recently, along with Dr. Sinclair and other support staff and myself, we were in negotiations with Southern California Edison. It was a year and 3 months to the day, back and forth negotiating to participate. Ventura County was not participating in a appliance efficiency program. I don't know why. If your home could be completely sealed and weatherproof, but your appliances may be sucking up all that energy, all that electricity. And we fought hard to get this contract. And in January, we were approved to participate in the appliance program. As you can see, we have a bunch of refrigerators. You may not qualify for, like I said, a new attic, but you qualify for a new refrigerator. So what happens is that we will go out to your home, remove the old energy-sucking refrigerator, and replace it with a brand new energy-efficient refrigerator. And I call it the Christmas truck because that's what our customers tell us. And you'd be surprised when we show up at their house. You have a family on fixed income, a widow, a senior citizen in a wheelchair, and they say it's like Christmas in July when we drive up, remove the old refrigerator, and drop off a brand new one, free of charge. And they don't believe us that it's free. It's a program, government-funded program, and they say it's like Christmas every time. So it's priceless. It's just priceless. So I get sometimes. I'm trying to get emotional, but it's just when you have. Again, I don't want to mention names, but you have retired senior citizen in Santa Paula, and she just started crying, and she hugged me and she told me in Spanish that it's like Navidad, and I'm sorry, it's just I get very, very emotional, and you have kids and they hug you and they hug your staff, and it's just priceless. It's just priceless when we provide this service to people. Thank you. Excuse me. Any questions about the refrigeration program? Okay. We are moving forward and also participating in ranges. So stoves, I have stoves over there. So we're moving towards stoves. And that's through the Southern California Gas Company. These are donations that we have. I think these two are not working. These two work. But we have staff here and we have some of our clients that are very mechanically inclined. So they will fix these. I'll get these renovated and we will donate them to a needy family. Any questions? Okay. Right this way, ladies and gentlemen.
That was Louise' design. And then it might be good to take them upstairs.
Yeah, definitely. I will.
A little bit messy, but that's all right.
Messy's good. In here we have part of our pantry, which is done on Thursdays. We have our dry goods right in there. On Thursdays, this is like a little farmer's market where we have Roseanne Hernandez, who's out in the field right now also. And we set up tables here, tables on this side. These two roll-up doors open up, and we have about 200 to 225 families that come here for good food, really. It's everything is USDA certified. We try and stay away from what I call the sugar stuff, and everything is healthy. Fruits, vegetables, poultry, things that are healthy for us. Right this way, Dave Jordan. This is the weatherization office. This is mentioned back, and we have our field day. We have extra space right up there. That is empty right now. Ready for move in. 1, 2, 3, 3 office spaces up there, along with storage closet.
I don't know. Should we look outside?
Sure.
May as well.
Yeah. This is the rear entrance and access to our building. It doesn't look like much, but we are in the process of renovating this fence here. I would like to go a little higher. I do need permission from the city. I'm in the process of getting a building permit for that. So we will be installing a brand new fence all the way from the medical mobile van all the way across, around that tree, and around the corner. It'll be done in-house, and it'll take maybe about 2-week process to get that installed. We have additional parking back here. At any given day, anywhere from 15 to 18 cars can fit back here. We have 2 disabled
parking stalls back here. We have a large trash can bins in the rear, which is open to only our garbage. Oh, there you go. Here's the food pantry. Food Share makes a delivery of our produce for tomorrow's distribution. So just like clockwork. Wow.
In addition, we also pick up donations from local businesses, Smart and Final, Aldi's, Vaughn's, Starbucks, etc. So it's a really good joint effort.
All right. Back inside, ladies and gentlemen. Any questions?
No.
Right this way. Making a right turn, please.
This way. This other room that we're showing you is a possibility.
Sí, he platicado, estuve en un programa. El programa es para. Ahorita el programa.
Also open for modifications in any which way. Widening of the door. If you remember the room I showed you earlier, it's right behind that wall there. Amari and I are in the process of thinking we could we want to cut a wall there if needed. That'd be a closed door, a glass door, or a solid door. Sorry. Maria Collier. Maria Collier, one of our staff members. She is one of our case managers / everything. She deals with our clients and deals with just everything, really.
Mucho gusto. Me llamo María Elena Collier.
My name is María Elena
Trabajo
Collier.
aquí con las gentes sin hogar.
I work
buscando,
here with the homeless.
Casas o un lugar donde
People that are
vivir.
looking for home
Les
or a place
ayudamos
to
con
live.
comida,
We help them with food,
medical, con mental,
services
salud
include
mental
medical
y también ropa, también
services,
tenemos
mental
comida
health,
allá afuera.
clothing. We have food
Y,
outside.
Bueno, hay muchos servicios que
There are so many services that we provide to the poor
Si tienen preguntas,
who
me
come
pueden
here.
preguntar algo.
And if you have any questions, you can ask.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes.
We're going to go to our third floor mezzanine area, right through here.
It's probably a mess because I've been going up for clothing.
Okay.
So,
I'll explain the mess.
okay. Yeah, it's already started. Okay.
Give me 1 second here. Oh, let me get that out of the way.
¿De dónde son? Oh, where are you from? Maria, are you with Farmworker also, or?
I'm in agriculture.
Oh, you are now?
Yes.
Are you a grower?
Yes.
You are?
Right this way, folks.
Yes.
Thank you, Maria.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Everyone. This is our third floor mezzanine area. I'm not sure. It's not a full floor. It is a quarter of a floor. It's still under construction. We're in the process of lowering the ceilings. I'll be installing new floors. We just finished another access set of stairs right over there. That was done in-house by our guys. So entrance and exit that way. Same design as here. We do keep some old finance paperwork here, caged area. Security purposes, we did put a cage up there. Reason is that we also use this as our closet. In a way, when we receive clothing, donations, shoes, women's clothing, men's clothing, we keep it up here. We have volunteers that go through them. They organize them. Jerry, volunteer downstairs, he will wash them, iron them, fold them, and hang them accordingly. It's midweek. So it's pretty much slim pickings now. Customers have gone through them. Monday mornings is really when we have a full set of items in our closet. On Fridays, members of the community come by and make drop-offs. Sometimes we'll have one bag, or sometimes we'll get a truckload of donations. So what we try to do is we try and coordinate where if our customers have a job interview, we do have men's suits. You can get a shower here. We get a shave. Our barber, we have a barber, local businessman, who donates his time every other Wednesday. And if he knows that you have a job interview, he'll make time for you. He will come down here in the afternoon and write you in and give you a haircut. So you get to go for your interview the next day. It's free of charge. And that is, there's something special about a volunteer who donates their skill. Prices. So again, this is work in progress, so excuse the mess. Any questions about our area up here?
Do you take donations here, like donations of clothes, or do you get them from another agency?
No, we take we donations here. Yeah. If anyone has a pair of shoes, a truckload of clothes, we'll take it off the anything basically. Because you'd be surprised what people need. Sometimes it's not clothing. We also get donations of undergarments, toiletries. We had a businessman not too long ago donated 1,000 deodorants. We had the Gillette company donated 10,000 disposable razors. It's just amazing once the word gets out. But sometimes maybe you saw that. We had a dentist, a local dentist here in Oxnard, who donated those little, when you go to the dentist's office, they give you like a little goodie bag, a little toothbrush. He donated about, I think it was 9,000 goodie bags. It was just amazing. Little toothbrushes and toothpaste, and it was great. Any questions?
How do you advertise your services?
Word of mouth, social media, and reaching out into the community with city officials, elected officials, other nonprofit organizations. Community Action, which started about 60 years ago under Lyndon Johnson administration back in the 60s, started off with one agency. We are now 1,000 across the country, 50 in California alone. Our neighboring sisters agencies are Community Action Santa Barbara. Down to the south, we have Community Action Maravilla with Los Angeles, Long Beach, Orange County. Over here, we have Kern County, Fresno, San Jose, across and then word of mouth through them too. It's just a large family network. And of course, our partnership with Southern California Edison, Southern California Gas, they also promote our services because they actually are the first ones that deal with customers who may not be able to pay their bill, and they'll refer them to us if they live in the area. Any questions regarding community action? Each agency, by the way, we're talking about a passion of this agency that I have. Each agency, based on the demographics and the area they serve, provide different services. There are other community actions that have First Five, others that provide daycare, others that provide increased medical service beyond what we have here. Other agencies do not provide weatherization. It depends on the demographics in the area they serve. Okay, we're going to walk back downstairs.
Pop upstairs for a few minutes. Where do you want to go?
I think he's waiting to lock the door.
Oh. I know you guys have another place to go. Okay, we'll just go up. We didn't go upstairs here yet, right?
Very good.
Okay, one more upstairs.
Right, stay this way, baby. Is that one? There we are. Okay. This is our administration area. This is pretty much the hub, the operations of the agency. Yolme Catalina Solis, who's our executive assistant to our executive director, Dr. Cinder Sinclair. I have my humble office in here. We have Susie Lopez, her office in here. Right behind you are these empty desks. Do not let that fool you. They are out in the field. These are the outreach ladies. It's a multilingual professionals which deal with different languages in order to provide the services that we have, again, with demographics of our county here. They come in, they leave early, return at the end of the day. They are out visiting homes, providing outreach as far as making them eligible for the services that we provide, whether it be gas, state-funded programs, Edison contracts that we have. Again, one program or another, they will qualify for something. So, any questions?
Do any of the outreach folks speak Mixteco, do you know?
We are in the process of that, in cooperation with Ms. Lopez. We are reaching out to that because we have been finding, and this is Edison came to us. Edison, Southern California Edison is finding a pocket here in Ventura County that they're dealing with that. We do have a staff member that does speak that dialect, so we're trying to get that coordinated. Everyone here keep in mind that every one of our staff members is state licensed and state certified through the contracts and through the state to deal with whatever issue they're dealing with, whether it be the construction part of it, whether it be the outreach. We just don't allow anyone to people's homes. I assume you don't want anyone in your home. So everyone here is completely certified and highly trained to their specialty that they deal with. Right this way there, Kevin. Did you want to see Fanny here? Fanny is one of our, what I call one of our very important staff members. She deals with the billing and the process of our organization, as far as the revenue that comes in and goes out. Like I said, we deal with the X number of dollars that we provide to our community. So she makes sure that every penny is allocated accordingly to where they're going to go. Behind you is Mr. Lorenzo. He's not there. He's our in-house IT guy. Because the agency is moving into modern technology, Lorenzo is our communications specialist. He is a surgeon when it comes to technology nowadays. I mean, I'm not too computer savvy. I still believe in paper copies. But unfortunately, nowadays, we do have to become technology savvy. So he is definitely, like I said, a mastermind when it comes to that. Right in here is our finance department. Ms. Mercedes Britt is our senior accountant. She deals with all of our finances and money that we handle through our contracts. We comply with all the rules and regulations that the state puts on us, and at the federal level and at the state level and the county level. So she makes sure that we cross our T's and dot our I's when it comes to finances. Right through here at the end is our human resources.
Okay.
Have some special guests here with us. Yeah, so maybe you come out here.
Yeah.
Rather than coming in here.
Hi. Hello. I'm you, Char. Oh, wow. It's a lot back there. How are you guys? Good.
Charlene Van Slambook.
How are you?
Julio? Is it Julio? Juvenal. The union for Dole.
Yeah, from Dole. Yeah.
Oh, got it. I do remember you. Well, hello, everyone. Nice to meet you. And welcome.
Thank you. Charlene is our human resources manager. She's fairly new, a few months, doing an excellent job, by the way. As the company grows and as we acquire more responsibilities through our contracts, we needed to bring on board a human resources specialist. So she's definitely taking care of business for us from a human resources perspective. Our bathrooms, in case you need to go to the bathroom. And that's pretty much it. This is our facility. Again, it's our work in progress. Little by little, we are renovating our facility. It's a great building, but it could be better. And what I mean by that is that a little paint, a little flooring does go a long way. And that's work in progress, like I mentioned.
Quite impressive as is.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you. We do. The thing about nonprofit is that we do with what we can and whatever we have. Yeah. Thank you. Well, I guess we'll be heading downstairs now. We could go this way if you like.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Luke.
So, okay, I know you guys only have a few more minutes, so where does we go? She'll be here in a minute, I'm sure. So, first let's see if there are any questions.
Yeah, so I was wondering, you guys talked about a lot of different programs that people can qualify for. Is part of that, like, residency, like, is part of that documentation to be in this country? Or?
I see what you're asking. Well,
the answer in general is not really. But I want to give a more specific. Let's ask Maria, because her department, if any, does your department ask about that?
Actually, we do not. We are not immigration. Our doors are open to each and every single individual that comes in. We do not turn anyone away. What we look for is basically, if you're an individual living in a home, that's it.
Do any of your programs ask?
So the answer is no.
Okay,
So the
good.
answer, I just want to make sure that what I thought was true is actually true. But Dr. Maria, she said no. Although with the gas, evidently they have to have a Social Security number. So how they get that number, I don't know. But they don't have to prove their citizenship.
Correct. Any other questions?
Okay, so let's see. I just wanted to. Did Susie come back?
She's waiting for another one of our guests who's.
Oh, you said.
Oh, okay. So I wanted to let you know that we have 2 spaces on our board that we would love to fill, at least one of them, with someone from the agriculture community. Hopefully somebody who... This was such a great question. You probably don't remember, but you asked me that great question when we were having our presentation. And I thought, oh man, that is brilliant. And so since then, I've been talking to everybody. Hey, do you know somebody who is aligned with or familiar with farm workers and growers? Because, it's good to have somebody that is aligned with both groups. And so if anybody knows of anybody, please let us know, because we would love to find someone like that on the board. We don't have any programs that right now are specifically focused on farm workers, but when you look at the clients that we serve, about 20% or so are farm workers. And we also collaborate with a lot of organizations that do focus on serving farm workers. So, we are very flexible and eager to do whatever we can to serve them better. So, just so you know that. And Susie, you were going to talk about Santa.
I know one of the concerns was serving population out of Santa Paula in those areas. So with our heat department, as we mentioned, we do a lot of outreach. And so even though we're only housed out of Oxnard, we contact the whole county. So we serve the whole county. So we've had to look for locations where we can go out. And they are partnered up with the First 5 in Santa Paula. And so we have a space available for us for HEAP right now to do, interviews and work through the application for HEAP. And so they give us the whole day. They schedule the appointments for us, and they give us the office space to use for that day. So we kind of work as partners because we're helping, their clients with utility assistance. And so we are constantly looking to see, partnering up with other agencies to see if they'll offer that space or how we can partner either for free or here's, something. So MOUs definitely are in place with those partnerships.
So is it your intention to use that space for clients of the Farm Worker Resource Program when you're there doing other work? That's what you're talking about. Is that your intention?
Yeah, they've been a partner, a long-time partner, and I think they're the ones that really are a partner. Again, they offer the whole space. They schedule, their staff schedules appointments for us. So they've been very open and welcoming. So that would be the first place we would want to look at to see if it's that same day or maybe another day that they have available that works.
Is that in the building on 10th Street, the big building?
They moved. Is that the new First 5? Sorry, Maria. Yes.
Yes. Because that's a big building. There may be other space there as well. But,
do you go once how many times a month do you attend? Sorry, Maria.
We go every Thursday from 9 to 2.
So definitely.
Okay, any other questions? Well, so I understand you'll have a meeting, bless you, next Wednesday, 6 to 8. So if anybody comes up with any other questions, we'll be happy to answer them at that time. And as you go out, I'll give you my card so you can contact me with any brainstorms you may get between now and then. And if you think of somebody who send her. I'm going to introduce you to so-and-so because they might be interested in serving on your board. You can email me or call me.
I just
just want to say on behalf of the committee, thanks for giving us this tour and being really generous with your time and your space, and you're doing some really incredible work in the community, and you've got some really amazing people who work here, and you can feel the heart. So thank you.
Thank you. And thanks for all the good work you are doing.
Thanks, Arnie, for a great tour.
My pleasure.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all.
I'll give you guys.
All right, we're here at 1400 Vanguard Drive, the Oxnard Community Service Center.
So what I thought we would do is bring you, this is our main entrance, bring you in. We have security kiosk in the center, and then we'll show you our lobby. And then I can bring you into where we do our interviews, and then into the workplace areas. Probably just the first floor. The second floor is our Children and Family Services Department, and some other operations, but probably just the first floor if that works for everybody. Yeah. If you want to see the whole building, I can certainly take you through the whole building. I'm here at your pleasure, whatever you want to do. Okay. All right. Be interested in looking at our brochures and those types of things also as you go through the lobby.
Now serving 314 at station 2. 314 a la ventana. Now serving 314 at station 2. 314 a la ventana.
Oh, somebody playing what? Goes around.
She's on her way down.
Thank you.
You can step into the lobby if you want. I assume you might want to reserve. It's happening, so you're welcome to come on in.
Morning.
I forgot this is a public meeting. So I've offered them to look at our brochure system. Hi. Are you representing
Mabel? Here, for Latrell. Mabel, nice to meet you.
So we're going to want to allow them to, we're going to give them an opportunity just to peruse the lobby and watch the interactions as well as look at our brochure system, and then we're going to take them into the work areas to see where our interview rooms are and our workspaces are.
Okay, perfect.
And I have my badge, so.
All right, so you're good.
We have 3 more committee members over here, too, if you wanted to.
Oh,
them as well.
Oh, yes.
Today I'm covering. What I do is I'm a reader and I give the client the correct
Any questions?
So I ask questions. I try to get as much information as I don't have a pen over here to get into the best station.
So this gentleman is our public meeting. So he helps identify for our clients coming in where the best location is for them to receive the services that they're seeking.
approximate wait time?
It doesn't tell me a wait time.
It just depends on the
Depends what
day
they do.
and the service that they're here for. Right now, the wait time for them to be called to the reception window is about 5 minutes, maybe less. So right now it's a good day.
So what goes on in this room here?
So if clients come in to get a card replacement for either EBT, their bigs, a receipt, for drop in for an application they submitted online, or for an if they want to submit an application in person, and those people will be called to the reception window. If clients are here because they already have an active, sorry, I don't want to turn my back to anyone, because they're here for an active case of food stamps or Medi-Cal, then they will get a 100 or 200 ticket number, and those clients will be called by window 10, which is a virtual, that's our door, that's where the workers come out and call them, and then they'll be taken to the other side of the building to conduct that interview. Do you guys have any questions as far as the check-in, the first check-in process?
What do you envision potentially the intake looking like for this program, this Farmworker resource program?
I think it depends on how we want to design it. If it's by appointment only type of thing, or is it a walk-in? I think that's important for you to understand how you would like that to be. Because if it's walk-in, then we would need to, as this gentleman has stated, he would be identifying the purpose why someone was here, and then he would be guiding them and routing them to that team that would support him. If it's by appointment, then the individuals may be potentially intercepting them as they come into.
Yeah, we definitely want the option for walk-in, right?
Yes. We talked about after hours, so let's say we talked about after hours, so potentially being open until 7.
Correct.
Who would be here then?
We would be coordinating security staying on premise during that period of time, and we would need to have somebody here to receive them. So we would have a limited staff, but we would have staffing here. And the same way on the weekends. We would probably on the weekends we would rely solely upon those resources to be available as individuals come in. So they may have to change their proximity in order to be able to greet people coming in, because we wouldn't have a full complement of staff on the weekend unless we were working on a special project or overtime or something of that nature.
I'm sorry, if I can ask if we can move this way just so that clients coming in can get their ticket. I felt like we were kind of keeping the line there. Do you guys have any other questions as far as the check-in process or how we identify clients in the lobby?
Number 210?
Are you guys done looking at the lobby? Did you want to look at any of the kiosks or anything, or are you fine with what you've seen? Probably we'll take you in to show you where the interview rooms are.
Okay. So we'll go in this way.
There's different windows. So if it was someone that would go in directly.
Hi. So these are all our interview rooms. On this side of the building, we see applications. If clients are here for their drop-in worker regarding intake, regarding CalWorks, general relief programs, all those clients are seen on this side of the building, and the interview rooms do wrap around. We have our SFIS room, reception is right behind there, and then as you can see, they're all reserved. They have their reserved, and on the other side, like I mentioned earlier, it's for the Medi-Cal and CalFresh that are active programs already. So once the client gets their ticket, they get checked in at reception. The worker receives a notification. We have some trays right here. I'm not sure if you guys can see them, but we print them out and put the client's information on the tray, and the next available worker picks it up and calls the client in. So it is on a first come, first served basis. you guys have questions on that.
So if we had 2 staff people, is there a way for them to have a dedicated office that they use all the time?
Yeah, I'm sure we can coordinate that out. Yeah, we are. We have 28 rooms total, so that's where the managers will coordinate that.
We would be working to ensure that we have a place, a confidential location for those conversations to occur.
Okay.
Yeah.
But would that be one room, or can there be at least 2 rooms available?
We can look at providing 2 and ensuring the availability of those rooms. Yes, we would work with the operations here to coordinate that availability.
And those rooms would look like these?
Yeah.
Can you maybe see that?
Yeah.
So what I envision, he comes in, checks in with the gentleman out there, the person that needs to see someone from the Farmworker Resource Program. They'll take a number. The person will be in their room waiting. They get called in. They go in the room and be interviewed and all that. And okay, so that would be the process.
Actually, this room's empty, so they are fairly small on this side. It's just the client on that side, then the worker here. They have a phone using to make any calls. And we do have an information bulletin posted there, but the information that's posted on there is about our programs. So, like, new information that is coming now regarding like CalFresh or Medi-Cal notices that we mail out to them, just to make sure that they do get that information and they are aware of their benefits. So that's the kind of information that gets posted on there. These are the smaller rooms. We have 3 sizes. The rooms on the other side are a little bit bigger. And then if there's going to be like a large group, like say a household of like 4 or 5 coming in, we do have larger rooms where we can reserve a conference room for that as well.
Can we see them?
Sure. We'll go down this hallway.
Sure.
Good morning. Good morning. Nice seeing you.
This way, that way you guys can take a look. And this is the conference room. So, if it is the larger group, we usually reserve this conference room, just because it's right here next to the.
Ahí está mi cuñado haciendo nada.
¿Oh, es tu cuñado?
Okay. So I was just saying, this is the conference room that we would reserve if needed, just because it's here out in the hallway. Do you guys want to go to the other side and look at the mid-sized rooms?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you said this conference room gets reserved?
Yeah, that
when
conference
it's
room
needed.
does have to be reserved. We do have meetings for like either unit meetings or one-on-ones, but if you guys need it for a larger group, then we can definitely reserve that.
Coordinate daily with what's the need, especially once we see what the volume is. We'll always make sure that we have sufficient reservations.
We're going to keep going here. So this is where the active cases get seen for Medi-Cal and Health. You guys can come in.
Oh, you know what? Just go ahead and get ready for the call from the queue right now.
I catch up with you.
Okay. Go ahead and call from the queue right now, and then we can go.
You want to come in? I don't know if you guys noticed, we need the badge to get in. Otherwise, it'd be locked down.
Esa tarjeta para poder entrar y si no.
Jessica Gracida, puerta 8, ventana. This is the mid-size room. It's almost the same size as the larger room. It's just, I want to say like 2-3 feet wider on the larger rooms. But there's still plenty of room for 3-4 people on the other side. Okay.
Can we take them to the children's waiting room?
Sure, we'll go this way. So the children's room is secured. It does have a badge reader, but even I can't get in there. Again, because it's children, we want to make sure that nobody that's not authorized to be in there goes in there. So we do have to knock in, and you guys can come in. We're just doing the tour.
This is awesome.
And this service, if everybody can just kind of scoot in.
I would.
This service is free for all of our clients as long as they are here conducting business. We do have a process where they check in and check out because we don't want them to leave their kids and then take off. You know, we just found that having the children's room available for them makes it easier for them as well as for us to conduct business, because sometimes they're in the room and they're crying or they're fussy. They don't want to be here. So making this room available just makes that interview process a little bit faster. So we do encourage our clients to use it. A lot of clients don't want to, sometimes especially when they're younger. They're not used to preschool settings, so sometimes they're like, no, I don't want to stay there. If they cry, we do call the parents back. We'll look for them in the interview rooms or in the lobby. But most of them do pretty good in here. What do you think?
We're always busy. I think all the centers are probably like one of the busiest. Yeah, so we're always pretty steady. And it's good for them to have fun.
And they can stay here from 6 months to 12 years of age. So we have activities for all ages. You guys have questions on the children's room?
Very well kept.
Thank
You
you.
know, it's like a kid's room, right? Chaos, right?
Yeah,
chaos.
That's our great staff here. They have to disinfect everything, make sure you don't want to spread disease sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Or like to wash their hands. But yeah, no, they do a great job. They disinfect everything, so it's kept clean and nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Have a good one.
Even though that was like a nice peaceful moment, you sat down and you were just like, right? He sat in your face.
Yes,
Yeah. Just had a baby. His wife just had a baby. And they have a 3-year-old. So they're like, oh my God. Right. That's why I was like, oh man.
So this is our work area. Right behind the children's room is another interview room. Again, that one gets used for meetings or to see a large group of clients when needed. But other than that, back here is where all our staff are either on the phone doing interviews or they're processing information. Most of the interviews get done on the phone for Medi-Cal and CalFresh when they're already active, and then clients just come in when we need something from them. So it's going to look pretty much the same, just cubicles.
So we have, in this building, we have a number of vacant cubicles. We would look to be co-locating the two resources in space adjacent to each other. And so they would also have access to our common space, and common spaces. We can take you and show you the lunch area. We have a lunchroom, we have break rooms, and we have meeting space. And so we have business centers where all of the printing and copying is done, and they would have access to all of that common space.
And we actually passed, to our business centers, so we call them copy rooms. There's one on each side of the building where the interview rooms are located, and that's just so that they don't have to come back here and get their stuff. So any forms that they need on a daily are kept in there. We keep a shred room because we don't want to keep any information out that we don't need anymore. So we are big on confidentiality. As soon as we're done with something, put it in the shredder. Any information packets that the client needs, those are all kept in our printer rooms. So those are available. And you had a question?
No, I just want to make sure I'm understanding this correctly. It's maybe a silly question, but so staff members would have cubicles here to do their work. And somebody comes in, they are told that you are required for an interview. They go to an interview room, do the interview, and when that's done, so those interviews are for various people. They wouldn't be at the interview room the whole time. They would have a cubicle and just there when a person comes in. Okay, all right, thank you.
They'd have a primary workstation to do their job.
Okay.
It's a lot nicer than working all day in one of those cubicles.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we have staff assigned there all day because we're seeing clients one after another. But like the staff that are not assigned in an interview are definitely working back here. So we'll go this way and show you the common areas. We'll just take a shortcut.
Thank you.
Lunchroom right inside this way. Sometimes, people like to have their lunch out away from their cubicle.
Friday.
So it's a little bit loud in here because of our vending machines, but we have snacks, drinks, vending machines that way, refrigerators. Again, any information that we need to post regarding the employment laws, our agency mission, vision, goals. Staff usually post other miscellaneous stuff like activities going on in the community on the board down the hallway. We have facilities for both men and women in here, and we have we just did a little coffee bar just last week. So we have a coffee bar over there. There is a coffee club if you guys are going to be here and you want to join. I'm not in charge of that one, but I can definitely find out who is. And we just try to make it functional for everyone. guys have questions?
Anything else you all want to see? Get the sense of it? Okay. All right, escort us out.
All right. So we'll go out this way.
Those are like gold. Everybody just has like stacks of napkins everywhere.
Just use the push bar.
Sharing resources, so.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I joined. That's our Vanguard office. Clients, interview rooms, and staff. Do you guys have any questions on anything that you guys saw today?
Just as it relates to security, so we have the posted guard at the desk, and they have visibility to what's happening in the workplace through cameras. We also have staff who roam around the buildings constantly throughout the day. Security staff.
Are you coming with us to the other HSA location?
I'll be meeting you over there.
I'm here.
She's done.
Thank you. Well, just wanted to say thank you for the tour and thanks for your time, and you're doing incredible work here for the county and for the community.
Thank you. And thank you guys for coming out. Hope you guys enjoyed our office.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Really appreciate it.
Bye.
The two women from Lidas, are they coming?
Oh, yes. Yes, just in case. I mean, they have a thing, and we tell them where we're going.
Mayra, do you know if the two women from Lidas Campesinas are coming? All right. Oh, we are here at America's Job Center, 21901 North Ventura Road. I feel like a radio announcer.
That's awesome. All right. I don't like that picture, my friend's like, pictures don't lie, that's what you look like.
Right. Well, I read this article about why you hate the sound of your voice recorded, and it's like, that's the sound of your actual voice that other people hear. What you hear sounds better because the acoustics in your skull, it like makes it sound good, kind of like when you sing in the shower, and it sounds good. So actually, the sound of your voice recorded is what everyone else hears. And the sound of you hearing your own voice is just like artificial.
So this facility is going to be much different from what you just saw because we provide a different set of services here. Those traditional services of Medi-Cal, Health Fresh, and the Cal Works program that you saw at the Vanguard facility, that's not what happens here. So you've got a number of partners that are here, but it's predominantly the Human Service Agency's Workforce Investment Act programs, and we are co-located with our partner EDD. And so those are the two main partners, and the services that are provided differently. So you're going to there's not interview rooms like you saw at the other location, because communications occur with workers sitting at their desk interacting. There are meeting rooms where on occasion if there is a very confidential conversation with a client, but there's ability to secure those. But it's going to look different. The way individuals are greeted is different. They're not routed the same way. So it's a different experience. So I will have two experts up there to help describe the services and the way client flows work. So any questions before we head up?
So I might be wrong about this. My understanding is like the web services are not available to undocumented people, and so I wonder if maybe those folks in the farmer community let them know about this as well.
Yes, that's correct. That's where EDD comes in. EDD does quite a bit of farm worker outreach, is my understanding. They do go out into the community, so that might be helpful. There's a lot of brochures and information in there that you might want to pick up while you're in there so you can learn more, but we can connect you with an EDD expert. And if you have any questions afterwards, we can connect you. The other thing I wanted to tell you about all of our facilities are equipped for remote workers. So if a worker works in Simi Valley, but they're going to be out here working for a day or two, they have an ability to come and use a cubicle in any of our offices. So we have a virtual system so that you can, just log in and wherever you sit, you can access your files and everything that you need to do your job. So that's something that the Human Service Agency does provide. So if these resources did need to be mobile and out in the field and maybe needed to be at the Fillmore office, for instance, they would have availability of a place to go in the Fillmore office to do their work as well as to interact. So there's an opportunity not only to secure a prime home hub, but also have remote work capability. So, yeah, you guys ready to go? So we're going to the third floor. I'm not sure we can get all of this one. What do we have?
Race, we'll beat you. Oh, it doesn't even close. Thanks, Jessica. I'm just joking.
Okay, you lose your race. What did you get for
She get a cracker. Cracker and cheese, that's my limit.
All right.
I've got a couple people coming out.
Oh, okay.
So we're good.
Okay.
Yeah. Jesse is rounding somebody else up from EDD for us too. So.
Oh, okay.
Jesse, he knows to be here. So. Okay, so this is our main lobby area, and as you see, it's different. We don't have the same greeter that you saw at the Vanguard office, but simply as individuals come in, they come up to sign in here and wait for whatever service they're going to receive, and the workers are contacted as individuals come into the lobby area. So this is also the America's Job Centers is also a universal access main hub, so any individual in the community who wishes to come and use our resource room, which is right on the other side of the partitions, we can show you those, are able to come in and use a computer and do job searches and have access to tools to help them with putting together resumes and things of that nature. And so this is open to the entire community. And it's not based upon any eligibility program to have access. So.
Notice there's no kind of reception, desk or anything down there. How do people know to come up to this floor?
The signage is basically, we have a sign down there that says it's up on the 3rd floor, and I will go find Jesse, but there are a number of brochures and some information related to farm workers on both of these bulletin boards, so you might want to just peruse those. I'll go get our guide and let you just kind of look at the materials for now. Be right back.
Representatives here for things that are here. Yeah. Right down there. I think you had pulled the bus routes for these. Here's our
Wasn't sure when to start. Hi. Good morning. Welcome. I'm Jesse Hernandez. I'm the program manager over the Welfare to Work program here for the America's Job Center. You may have been to other centers, and you'll find that this center is a little bit unique in the sense that we have other partners in the center. We have partners such as the Employment Development Department, Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act is here, and is CalWorks. Those are probably the more bigger partners that we have. And then we also have partners such as the Ventura County Adult Education. We have within EDD there will be like a migrant seasonal farm worker representative. There is a veterans representative. There's TANF representative. So it's different representation, and they all have appointments. Some have appointments, some have cases here, but they come through periodically and inform our center of anything that is taking place within the community. So it's like a one-stop. Everybody comes through, share the information, because we all have clienteles in our caseloads that may be affected with some of the services that are in the community. So we kind of just share our information around. We do have open to the public a resource room. There's no eligibility requirement to use the resource room whatsoever. If you're looking for work or looking for to increase your skills, go back to school, you just want resources. As I saw you guys looking on the wall. It's just resources for almost anything. A good place to just kind of house those resources, and we just kind of maintain them as we go through. If any upcoming events we'd like to, also put on there. Some events we will host. We host the Feria Campesina, we host the youth fair, we host job fair, resource fairs, and employer fairs as well. So there's different things going on throughout the year that we host. This section pretty much is all public. We've got the resource center, we've got the different rooms that the conference room. Shall I you guys want to do a little walkthrough? Is that okay?
Go ahead,
Okay,
please, yeah.
I'm going to kind of walk you through so you can kind of get an idea of what some of the rooms we have. We have a children's waiting room too, so our future job seekers. So this is the Resource Center. Again, it's open to the public. Everybody can come in here. They check in with reception, and then they'll check in here at the desk, and then they'll get assigned a computer. And then depending on what their needs are, their resume, job search, educational search, they'll work with them. They also have if they're going to make a phone call to EDD to get their unemployment started, they can also apply online as well. But they can do that here. There's usually an EDD representative that helps them, guide them. Or if they have specific questions regarding WIOA or any of the EDD programs, we've got a representative that can come out and assist them with those. Come on over here.
Could we see the children's area?
Sure, we're actually going to go around. Okay. Yeah, because I think they've got, I hate to use that door because they have activities for the kids going on. I'll show you real quickly. That light. So this is just one of the rooms that would be. So this is one of the rooms that we have that we can hold workshops. EDD primarily uses this room for when anybody coming on to start receiving unemployment, they do an RESA. They do some of their workshops with EDD clients. They'll do it in this room. This room can be used for our job fairs. It can be used for workshops. We do have general workshops that are open to the public. We have ESL classes that take place here, computer classes in another room. We have an organization, a professional networking group that has their own club, and they meet here as well. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rooms that we utilize just for the public. And we also have one which my staff uses for, and that's Job Club. So anybody that is on public assistance and they're working or going to school, we bring them into the Job Club and we can start working with them on their resumes, and then we place them out into the community for work, either work or an internship, and some just may need to go back to school for a couple of, some skills that they need to brush up on, or just a short-term training program. So we've got different things going on. And those, again, that's for the welfare to work portion of it. But these rooms get utilized by all of our partners. We just, check with our program assistants to check the availability, and then we utilize the room. Yeah. So we'll make our way over and show you the children's room. Any questions so far? Come on.
Remember this? We got the ABS rooms.
I know.
We're like, oh yeah. Good pictures of the walls.
So anybody in the community that is wants to be a part of the professional networking group, they just kind of check in with them and join their club for 4 weeks. They do something like a job club, more intense, but what ends up happening is that they're networking and they're all job searching for the type of fields that they're in. So that's great. I mean, we're all looking for work. Well, when I come across a job that you may be interested, you're more apt to share it. So that networking works really good. And that's why we have these meetings, that's why we have these trainings, so that they can network, get to know people that are in similar situations as you are, and they can be your eyes and ears for other jobs that are out there that may be out there for you. And here's another one. It's a smaller group. some are in their last stages of job searching, so they're now just prepping their resumes, and then they're prepping for their interviews. They do one-on-one interviews with their participants, and then they're off job searching. So, got to keep them moving. Here, I'll show you the children's waiting room here. This is where I come to relax.
Ooh, that's coming back.
This is a fun place. So I can't relax.
That's joy. It's like I'm bringing them there.
You can come in. They're actually we're at a time where there's no children. So
Play with the toys.
For a presentation to the board.
Play with some toys here. Now, this room is available to all the children. Anyone that has business here at the center, whether they're utilizing the resource room here for a workshop, here to see a worker, a specific worker. If they have children and they don't have, they couldn't take care of the child care, or they didn't have child care for that time during their appointment, they're welcome to bring their kids here. So we do have Rocio, who is our children's waiting room attendant here. Been doing this for many years, and she keeps track of everything that goes on here. And I'm always ordering juice boxes and little snacks for them, but it's a good thing. It's a good thing. We probably get about maybe 600. Well, maybe that's, I might be thinking of the summertime. I know our summer months are a little higher, but maybe about three. What was our amount last month?
And this was 178.
Okay, 178. Okay.
Yeah.
It's our Vanguard office that gets about 500 or so.
They have a kind of numbers.
So we have a good volume here.
Yeah.
And they just check in and out. They'll come in, they'll check in. Rocio just make sure that she has all their pertinent information, to call in case of emergency. Who are they here to visit? She will just check in and see if there's any updated forms that need to be filled out, any allergies, or because we have juices and cookies and what have you. So if they're allergic to anything, we just want to be aware of it. And then she updates that annually, and of course checks them in. And in any case of any drill or evacuation, she takes the children. She has her roster, meets in the meeting place downstairs, which we've had several drills this year alone. And then she will disperse the child to the parent, as long as they provides their identification, what have you. She has her process. Any questions?
So are you closed from 11:45 to 1?
Yes. We close like 15 minutes early to keep clean up all the toys and everything for when I coming back at 1. Everything is ready for the kids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And when does this whole complex close? When does this office close?
This office closed. This floor closes at 5 to the public. So we're open from 8 to 5. We don't close during lunch. We're open from 8 all the way through 5, Monday through Friday. There are times where we may have an event, like on the weekend, if a community organization needs to use our computer because they're training, let's say the income tax preparation that we have through United Way. If they're doing some training, then they'll make those arrangements with us, and we'll have someone on site to be here. If anything goes on in the evening, again, arrangements have to be made in advance. That way, we need to know who is here, because regular staff tend to start leaving about 6 p.m. So if it's going to be later, we just need to know who's going to be here. And then we determine whether we need security guard as well. But arrangements are usually made in advance. Yeah. Shall we move on? Want to play some more here?
Thank you.
Thank you, Rocio. Now we're going to go into the staff areas. I'll show you this area here. Okay, so back here, this is all the staff area. So as you can see, the building is divided into two. There's staff areas, public access and staff access. Now within our back office, it's divided into 4 sections. There is the partner section, which is what we're in the area that we're in right now. So that anybody needing to utilize a cubicle for their clients or case managers that are part of our partners, they usually are on this side. Right over here and on to the other, past the conference room, is WIOA. So that's where all the case managers pretty much are housed. Beyond there is the Employment Development Department, EDD, and all of their staff and their managers there as well. And then if you can imagine, on the other side of this wall beyond is all my staff. So we kind of, section off. We do meet on a regular basis. We meet maybe every 2 weeks. On Monday, the managers will get together. It's an AJCC consortium. So we're all getting together to discuss what are the happenings in our centers, in our departments, in our divisions, and what things that we want to plan for. So if there's an event that we want to plan for, let's say EDD wants to put on the Feria Campesina or Youth Fair, then we will discuss like what month is the best, and then we will decide, okay, how many staff do we need? And it's not just EDD staff, which is kind of cool. It's my staff, WIOA staff, and some of our partners as well. So we're all, vested into this and assisting for the public. And when it comes to the youth fair, we do the same thing as well.
Jesse, can you share either a resource to help just explain what services that EDD provides to farm workers?
Okay.
Is there a person we should go find?
Yeah, I'm going to take you to the expert. But before I do that, I do want to note that reception, because reception is the point of contact every time someone comes in, there's a lot of resources. We kind of vet all of those resources through reception, because they come across people from all walks of life. So if they hear that that you're a veteran, then they can guide you to the veteran services. If they're here because you're here because you're a migrant seasonal farm worker, a youth, or whatever it may be, they're going to give you some sort of guidance. But we always ask them to connect them with more of the expert, because usually there is an eligibility criteria, and so we want to make that connection. Here, I'll take you over.
Do you have, let's say if someone who speaks Mixteco comes to reception, does she have someone in-house she can call to translate? Or
For Mixteco, I believe we do. For Spanish, we do. We do have a list. For Mixteco, I just have to verify it. But yes, we usually have all languages that are available. And if we don't have the actual person, then we use the phone, where we can. It's a phone translator where we pick up one end and the other end. Yeah, we'll use that system. And then I know Vanguard. Well, Vanguard has everything per se, but we do, if we need to make arrangements in advance for like an interview that's going to take place, and we can bring somebody in if we know in advance.
The person at reception, they speak English, Spanish, but they would have to then prefer for Mixteco.
Yeah. It's preferred that the person at reception speak both languages, but there are times where breaks are covered or lunch is covered, so we'll need to kind of tag team and maybe have someone that just speaks English go get somebody that speaks, to help out in that sense. Yeah. And if there's a language that we cannot speak, then we'll search either another person or use the telephone. Come on over here. we get to take a look at the cubicles as well.
Yes. All right. So the reason why I called the office is I wanted to get your physical address because I have Googled your business
Big party. Is Pat here? Okay. She handle the migrant seasonal farm worker?
I do.
Oh, you do? Okay. This is Andrea Sanchez.
Hi.
So she'll be able to answer your question. There was a question on migrant seasonal farm worker.
What type of outreach and services do you provide?
So we do have an outreach worker. Her name is Lucely Tutt. So we're given, because we're considered a special circumstances office where we have a high population of veterans in our county. The state gives us a certain budget to hire, or not hire, but have staff go out and do outreach in the community. So they work with community-based organizations, and what they try to do is promote the AJC services here in their office. A lot of the times the field workers are out working all day, so they don't have a lot of time, and sometimes you'll see them working Monday through Sunday. You know, they have extreme different types of schedules, so we wanted to let them know of the services that are available here. So her role is really to promote the services of the American Job and Career Center and invite them to come in and let them know that if they ever have a complaint to submit, that they go ahead and submit the complaint through our center by coming in and talking to any of the representatives here in our center. And we also make sure that they're able, if they don't have access to computers, we let them know about the different resource centers throughout the county. We help them with resumes. We help them refer agriculture job orders, which is the H2A program. I see that one of you have the La Voz del Campo, which is the local newsletter, and that actually talks about the H2A program in depth about how it works, and that's really to promote any jobs that are being promoted in our state, where an employer is trying to hire from outside the country. And first we want to advocate and promote the hiring of the local farm workers here first before they bring in other farm workers from outside of the country. So whenever you see that someone's looking for work, encourage them to come here first so that we could deliver all the services that are available to them. And of course we have the bilingual language, Spanish, and then if needed we will coordinate with our CBOs, community-based organizations, if they need like Mixteco or a different language to help with the communication. Any questions?
That's good. You guys ready to move on to the next facility?
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So again, this is the EDD portion right here. Here we just have a break room, and further on is the Welfare to Work, or CalWorks program. So, but yeah, it's a beautiful facility. Thank you. Thank you. All right.
Thank you. Oh, you're welcome.
Let's walk this way. Thank you, Andrea.
You're welcome.
Ready to go to the last facility?
Yeah.
All right, let's head back down.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're here at the Santa Clara Valley Community Service Center at 725 East Main Street in Santa Paula, California.
facility has our CalFresh, our CalWorks, and our Medi-Cal programs specifically. We're co-located with behavioral health. Behavioral health youth and adult programs are on the second floor. This is a very compact facility. We have taken advantage of every piece of square footage in here as creatively as possible, so you will get nauseous because you feel like you're in a maze in here. So it is very different. We've tried to make it as functional as possible. We have 2 vacant cubicles currently in this facility. They aren't contiguous. They aren't sitting together at this point in time, but that can be rectified. That's not a problem. And the manager will take us through and escort us through. So if you guys are ready, we'll go on ahead.
We're a smaller group after.
La carta que le mandaron con esta hoja tenía el nombre de usted.
De mi hija.
Oh.
Hello, welcome to the Santa Clara Valley office. So as you come right here, go in here, this is the lobby that everybody come in, and then we have 2, and if sometimes if needed we have 3 receptionists that can check the people in. So are you familiar with the area at all?
With the area?
With Santa Paula or with this building?
Santa Paula?
Oh, Santa Paula. And this building?
No.
Okay, so we will tour around.
Yep.
I will show you the. So this is the front lobby, and I show you this. We usually have one in the viewing room here.
El numeración que quieres en la línea es el seguro social. Pero ¿cómo está preparado aquí? ¿El original? Sí. Pero no
I guess it's this is usually the interview room that we have partners come with all that. And then, yeah, then again.
You couldn't, your badge wouldn't let you in?
Whether it's green. So my badge.
Entonces, por ahorita nada más hay que meter esto para que, porque no sé si puede haber una sanción fiscal o algo así, sí. Pero de si se lo van a mover esta persona otra vez a casa, ¿verdad? Está bien. Si entonces lo más pronto que pueda encontrar para que chequen. Aquí miran ustedes, perdón, todo esto.
Okay, when we have like veteran office, they come here once a month, and they have to services the people in this area, so they need to travel far. So, and we have different partners to come here and interview the clients.
And they reserve this room?
They reserve this room, so we have it on the calendar.
Okay.
And this is the only room for kind of interviews?
This is really tight on the offices right here. But this is not only the only room, but we have, I'll show you in the back, there are 2 more offices that are available. So this is convenient because when the client come in, they just check in with the front desk and then they wait here. The person usually have appointments already, so they know to expect the clients or even walk in, they can check. So in the morning when the person come here, like the veteran representative, they check in and say, okay, so they have so many people here waiting to be interviewed with the veteran. Okay, so here we go.
She said she was going, but I haven't received anything. Happy? Get in the car. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Here's the thing. Got it. Okay. We have you from
These are the working area. We have the child development resource. She's here. She see our client who service the area in this office. This is another vacant office that I can show you.
As late as 8:45. Except for on Fridays. Yeah, so you can leave the house at 7:15 and get home at 12:45.
This here is the employment services supervisor.
I mean, that's 30 hours. So
This office for when we have an overflow of visitors who come, and they can use this office as well.
You need more than that?
So you see, it's really tight. The office.
Right. That's why we give you the extra one. Yeah. You need more than that?
This was a small. Basically, this one.
Right. That's why I'm giving you 45. So you should have more than enough travel time. You have 45 minutes in the morning to travel. And you have 45 minutes in the afternoon or at night to
work
travel.
closely,
So
and we have the employment services worker who stationed in Fillmore, but sometime when they need to interview the clients in Santa Paula, they will come and be used. Either these two, because for the other offices like CalWorks, ongoing worker, they have to do renewal yearly, so they schedule the appointment for clients in this area to come and see the client here, so client doesn't need to travel. The worker will travel and here and meet the client.
Okay. So technically, I'm giving you 15 minutes more than you said you need coming.
When you said they weren't adjacent, I didn't realize they were. I don't think that'll be a problem. Probably work pretty closely together.
All the intake, all the applications that we take in when they come in, we interview the client in the office of the worker here. So we don't have space available. If you go to other office like Oxnard, you see all the interview room. We only have one here for this. And so all the clients come in, they interview at the office of the worker.
You only have one. Certificando que ellos están de acuerdo que
offices.
Excuse me. Hello, hello, hello.
Thank you. Yeah. So basically, that's the setup. Is the worker and then the client. Usually the worker go out there and then bring the client in to do the interview in place. Right. So now this is the area that we store all the supplies.
Bank.
It used to be a bank here, so that's the bank vault. Yeah.
That's all the paper.
I didn't see that. Oh.
Now that we're going to have our private meeting room. Really secure. Right.
Can't go anywhere.
Great.
Yeah, you can see this is moving.
The resource center also. So this, if we go this way, then we'll see.
What's that secret?
We have the resource
address
center.
that I can't find. I'm supposed to use to re-register once I come to the website. Yeah, you didn't send that to me by email, so how am I supposed to know? I went to create an account.
Basically, this is the resource center where we provide all the computer with internet access, so that anybody who are job seekers can come in and use the internet to do job search. We have fax machine. We provide the phone as well with the fax. And if they need to send out the resume to the employers, then we provide them with envelope and stamps as well.
Okay, and who do I call
the job
directly?
search.
So,
We also have a child care room.
I want someone to
When you enter the lobby, then on the right hand side we have a child care room. Yes, usually, because we only have one worker right now, so during lunch.
And what are the hours of this office open off?
It's from 8 to 5. We open every Monday through Friday, 8 to 5.
And then if there's a need for an evening or weekend appointment or something, is that possible, or?
We just have a reach out program here in Santa Paula that at the library, because the library open later. Every Thursday we provide services from 5 to 8. So we have the workers there, but the client can come and meet, and they can do application, or they can ask any questions or anything regarding the case, or if they want to apply for any program. And then the first Saturday of every month from 10 to 2, 11 to 2, we have the worker there as well to accommodate people who are working, and then so they can come and ask for. Plus right now is mostly they use the computer and text and all that messages. So with the computer they can access to their benefits and look up all, and then if any questions or anything, phone call also. And I will show you upstairs that we have the conference room, and
Hey.
So you see that we use up all the space available.
We can take the elevator to the top to the third floor.
Third?
Second. Oh,
Second floor.
No, I didn't expect to be doing so much exercise today.
Yeah, I'm all done with that later, checking my phone, see how
The lazy ones are showing up.
Okay. I show you the classroom. This is all our meeting, unit meeting, office meeting, everything. And we use this for or any other office who need to a meeting room, they can reserve this room as well. Okay. Small conference, then they could use this one. You can reserve this one as well. It's a maze. Oh, this is the prep room. Preparation for all the job seekers, the job search. And this is where the employment services worker will conduct the job search job club with all the job seekers, the clients that we have. Usually they have the program on there and then the person here. These are 2 interviewing rooms that is also available to reserve, and mostly is for job seekers when they need to do a mock interview or anything, that is available as well. 2 rooms.
No matter.
Oh, good luck. So that's all the area. This is the common area that we have. Wow.
Any final questions anyone has?
Any questions?
Have you Mixteco speaking community coming to this facility?
Pardon me?
Mixteco community speaking?
We don't have a lot of Mixteco clients. Probably mostly in Oxnard the most. Yeah.
But a lot of farm workers, you know, or not?
Farm workers. Some once in a while we have the job downstairs, the resource center. Some of them that do the job openings. If they have anything, we post it there, but we don't have a farm worker who come here to recruit the farm worker.
No, but the
in
clients,
the area.
do you have farm worker clients?
Medi-Cal and CalFresh.
Mostly is Oxnard, the most in the county that we have. Yeah, like we have the office in Moore Park, and we think that there would be a lot of farm workers in Moore Park that come in. We didn't have the stats that we have didn't show not a lot of those coming to Moore Park at all. So mostly is in Oxnard area that we have the biggest concentration of application. Okay.
That's it. All right, you guys good?
Wow.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks so much for spending a huge whole day with us. So.
Thank you. Thank you, Lon. We appreciate you
Thank
taking
you.
the time to give us a tour.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Help us get out now.
It's amazing.
Where?
Okay.
I don't know.
Yes.
This way?
Left.
Turn
left.
Right.
Oh,
there you go.
Oh, there's
Oh my God.
So that's why
Do we officially adjourn inside?
Downstairs, yes. We'll adjourn downstairs with Elvin.
You can take this there, or you can take the elevator.
Thank you.
Finalize the meeting date, is it Monday or Tuesday?
Oh, not yet. It's almost done.
All right. Well, I move to adjourn this meeting. Or actually, I guess I have to ask for a motion to adjourn this meeting.
I move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Right, meeting adjourned.
All right.